Hello, my name is Elder Guy 1123, aka MajorHam. I am a row operator, veteran row operator. I've been on a total of at least, I don't know, over my fucking period, probably maybe 2,000 fucking deployments on different milsim fucking in things, and all collectively combined of everything and all gameplay. Um, I first started on my career is mostly SEAL units, and I've been a part of more CAG units though than I've been part of SEAL. So yeah, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
He smells.
Yeah, and I'm Frogman Costa, one of the most badass motherfucker. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you come to Milsom? What brought you here?
So a long time ago, um, my dad, dad's grandfather, he's a Marine, something gunnery, something like that. And he gifted me some of his service equipment, his infantry equipment that he had, because at that time, like, they didn't really keep a lockdown on logistics. He had his original rifle with him too, and they had sometimes we go out and you'd shoot the rifle and shit like that. Um, and that was cool. That was cool to see. And so basically, he gave me this past helmet, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And then eventually, soon other items came out, like fucking
NVGs, quad NVGs.
no, like fucking bayonet, canteen, and a mess kit,
Nice, nice, nice. Huh.
which was pretty fucking cool. And then I thought, like, this is the coolest shit ever. I was messing around with, like, because I had an old military equipment, and like somewhere between the past era has like this certain smell to it.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
does.
this has like this aroma and shit like that. It was like it felt like really like mechanical,
Yeah.
really like it was pretty
I
rough and
guess I'm
sturdy. It
driving.
was awesome. I thought it was something pretty cool. I don't know. And then soon after, I started figuring out more about more things. And before that history, I already read a history book that taught me about like seals and Del- Delta when they were released to the public, and people knew things about them.
Hmm.
And it was just, yeah, I don't know, man. It was kind of a big experience to fucking waft over, I
Cool.
think.
Cool. So,
So yeah,
huh,
Boring.
shut up, kid. So, what
yeah.
brought you to the SEALs? Like,
What brought me to the seals?
yeah.
When I saw this, so the first thing that got me into this like pipeline was a friend of mine. So we started playing a lot, and then like he's like, "Hey man, like I want you to join this milsim of mine." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty fucking cool." So sure, let's see what it's about. So I joined this milsim. He free ranks me up. I get free ranked, and we're chilling, and we're just playing for a little bit. And I think the amount of experiences that I had with that was I got to play with a group of people and like see what Milsim was about. But the first thing that really kind of introduced me to it at all was a previous unit that was before that and way before it, which was Valhalla PMC, which would really got me into the everything that kind of like showed me, oh, this is how you find these groups, this is how you get into them, and then I ended up making more contacts with the role play community that was down from there, and then that basically further strengthened my people that I knew. So it was kind of like, how would I say, it was like kind of perfect chemistry being a part of the role play community, and then figuring out like, oh my god, it's actually super involved in the Millicent community, so I could get into pretty much anything. I could still get into pretty much anything now. So yeah, it's pretty dope.
Okay.
Cool, cool. What was your first Buds class like?
So my first Buds class, like I said, nothing much like, well, from previous notes, is nothing pretty much happened. We did a few things. That was it. And then the second one, free ranked. Third one, we wanted the experience. Like check out like, oh, this is like what it feels like to do this. see if it was cringy or not to like do Hell Jackson in a video game. And then we did the fourth one, which was really cool. That you actually got to get pinned on. They had a scripting game where you could pin somebody, like with the seal pin if you finish your buds, and it was pretty fun. I knew the friends in there. I knew the owner of that mill sim. So it further kind of like allowed me to be in there. If
Yeah.
anything makes sense.
By the way, to the viewers, you don't get your pin after buds. That's SQT and stuff. Just it's a fake experience.
Yeah. You don't get your pin after buds. They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that
They,
ever.
no. There is a pinning ceremony that does happen.
I never seen it, heard of it.
That it's getting your blood tip, not directly after buds. If this makes any sense to
Yeah,
you folks.
I know. Yeah.
But like it's a pinning ceremony that some seals have went through certain periods. I think they still do blood pinning, but it's not after your buds. It's something when you're awarded, when you
Yeah.
pass it and you're awarded your trident. So that's where they do that ceremony at now, but you don't directly get it. Like you never directly
Yeah,
get
exactly.
it, but it comes in pre-context all to you folks out there.
Exactly. Okay, so what was your first deployment like in the teams?
Okay, so first deployment in the teams was we did water things, a lot of water things. Especially we did an oil rig raid on some mock insurgents. That was for Mount, not in city Mount. This was in like a facility, and then we did the real deal after that. So it was prep for an actual mission.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, how long did you spend in the teams? And then you went to Devgrew.
So yeah, Devgrew selection. How long I spent in the team? So I spent in SEAL Team 2 for about probably 4 months, and then I moved on to the NSWDG group. That was like a private ties kind of thing between friends, and we were playing on there, and we moved to SEAL Team 6, aka NSWDG
Devgrew.
during that time, or DEVGRU, yeah, which is the command front, basically command for SEALs, and especially is the most elite group that you can join. It's tier 1, and that was when I decided to kind of like join there. Yeah, that was kind of it.
Cool. So, what was what was the pipeline on Green Team like?
Pipeline. Okay, so for us, it was first thing. It was water. You go down from there, from startup, and then you would push it up towards your if we're talking about in terms of pipelines of groups or training pipelines.
Training pipeline, your first Green Team like?
Yeah. Okay, so basically, it was we went through with the current proceedings of kind of like water first, and then it was like the whole Hell Week stuff, and then it was the whole prep before that, and then there was another thing before that. It had some extra things layered onto it because I think the owner was trying to make it unique. But that was about it.
What are those themes are like? What was there? Free fall?
There was like some free fall like kind of components to it, and then there was sniper training for as an addition if you wanted to do it. So marksman qualification or whatever, and then I think and one of the things I can remember is maritime assault training, and mass work in general.
Cool. So, what was your first deployment like in DEVGRU?
We raided a compound that was like, I don't know, how would I say this? It was like kind of centralized between two different kind of groups of like compounds. So they had like this one big compound, and then it was connected with this, and it was in Yemen. And the compound was connected to like a bunch of mini groups of areas that were being used. So apparently, the intel on the group that we had is that they were like smuggling drugs and guns and shit, and our job was like to sabotage some of their ammunition and keep some of their stuff, but also create a scarcity and need. So basically, UDT and blow up their ports and shit like that, so they wouldn't have enough stuff to recover. If that makes any sense.
How did you blow it up?
How did we blow it up?
Yeah.
We blew it up with a C4 and underwater connect charges as well.
Nice, nice. Okay. So, what was your? Do you how many deployments do you have in DEVGRU?
Probably 12.
12 deployments. Christ. Okay. What was the best deployment you had in DEVGRU?
Probably the first one, which was the compound rig. I
Um,
was like the only one, and then the other ones were just walkers. Like we would just walk around and just like dick around and do stupid shit. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
what was the funniest experience that you had in DEVGRU?
Probably when like we had this one guy who was a super serious LARPer. He's like, I'm gonna be there someday, and then that guy actually ended up being the dude who was like stuck on the fucking fast rope on the ACS system when he was trying to go down. He was literally spinning for about a half of a minute as he was screaming and crying towards the unit commander, and he was like, "Son, get me down here! Stop it! And he was like crying and crying and crying to get the fuck off the fast rope. And and eventually then we did get to the problem when we figured out, oh yeah, like maybe we should like do this so he would shut the fuck up so we can play the video game. And so he was welded to the fucking Blackhawk because we were using an older system of our first generation of Blizzard with ACS
Oh
capability.
yeah, that shit stinks. Yeah.
Yeah, where you were like spinning on a fucking rope for a half of a minute trying to get the fuck off the thing until you have to wait till somebody with adamant commands can res you to get you off of it so you can get on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. cool. Cool. So,
Not cool.
after DEVGRU, did you go to CAG?
Yes, I did go to CAG. A lot of CAGs.
A lot of CAGs.
Bunch of CAGs. Yeah. More CAG than I did
To the
Devgrew.
viewers, CAG is Delta Force, in case you didn't know. Delta Force is
We
like
don't
yeah.
care.
the tippy
That's
top.
the
up
tip
there.
tip of the spear in life, if you know that quote. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Roblox operator, you're
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
You're the shit.
Yeah, so what was the pipeline to Delta Force like?
Okay, so first one. Okay, so actually going kind of off topic as well here. My Arma experience away from Roblox
Oh,
with
nice.
CAG. We had a group, and I shit you not,
Blink.
had multiple fucking veteran personnel in it,
Blink.
and they
Let's go play something.
because in their ranks and positions they had access
I'm bored.
to
Let's go do something.
particular things. They had access to documents and breaching documents that Delta Force would use, and they actually managed to break OPSEC by releasing like specialized documents that they were not supposed to release under section command. So they ended up risking their job for a retarded Arma group
Jesus
and
Christ.
their life as well for the UCMJ. We had a legit breaching manual that was from Delta Force.
Jesus Christ.
They
Crazy.
leaked within the group.
Nice. Okay.
I did
Interesting.
not want to download that.
I feel you.
I saw them talking about it and the thing, and I was like, oh, why would you do that? And especially we had a sergeant in the group as well from the Army.
Yeah.
Really decorated guy, had some good ribbons on there,
Mm.
and he was like, he's like, oh yeah, this will definitely help us provide better training equipment in scenarios. And so it was retarded because their entire job was to make the training hard in a game. Like, it's just a game, guys. Like,
Yeah.
fucking calm down. And they were all fixated on making it difficult and fixated on trying to make it unenjoyable. And then I ended up leaving it. And so that was like the formal like Arma Milsim relations with CAG. First I went to CIA. So I did CIA GRS with their group, and I did OSINT analysis and recovery for field OSINT, and getting MQ9 Reaper black boxes, understanding their flight patterns, and getting intel back away from them so they wouldn't be revealed to the enemy, and base locations wouldn't be revealed to the enemy. And then we did. I don't know if you're familiar with this term. It's Cubbyco.
No.
Cubbyco is the term for CIA operators that they used during their walkouts and walk-ins.
Dang,
So,
even the sealed son doesn't even know what that is.
a walk-in and a walk-out is, in CIA term, is their mercenary work that they do with particular targets. So a cubbyco is like, okay, so we're going to kill this guy type deal. So we have a cubbyco at this location. This is the target. This is the thing. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And then you have a certain time and date where you're supposed to meet up with a group of guys with your kit and a vehicle.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
been
guys
done.
and then you guys get funded by the CIA from there. They'll give you like a transport vehicle to go to, and they'll give you like a C-130 to get to a location. You would drop in either depending on the time of day or the scarcity of the mission, or what could be like risk is depending on how you would get in there. That's that whole milsim experience. And that was Arma. That was more like kind of in-depth advanced, like did a little bit more research than times in Roblox. But Roblox can sometimes get to that level.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
What was your first deployment like in Delta Force?
Okay, so for Roblox experiences, which were 4 of them, the Roblox. Okay, so the first one was a snatch and grab interdiction, which was on some random dude who we had playing as a terrorist, and we were mic spamming in the entire VC and screaming and doing retarded shit as we were literally yelling at this one guy to get out the vehicle, and some sort of Pashto language that we were yelling from a video that we saw. And then I think the second one was deployment. If I could go into that, is that one was very interesting. For some reason, the command in that CAG that I joined in the second deployment was an absolute fucking dickhead. Like, he felt like he was everything.
Ew.
Like some random fucking, I
Cares.
forgot his name. He literally fucking did this thing where he would pressure other people in his game, and then he would tell people consistently that he was going to become a Delta Force operator.
What the fuck?
Like he said that, like, and he actually would use it as a sign of like respect in the group. Like, he would be like, I'm more fit than you. I can do this. I can do that. And he was off the fucking chain when he would say something. He was a dickhead. I never stayed in that group after as a thing.
It's getting cold.
I am.
Go into it.
No. The thing is that happened in that group in particular. I think the thing with that guy, he had a few mental problems. He had a
Yeah,
lisp.
I can tell.
He had a lisp. He had some communication problems, and he had his logs leaked by a member that was with us that he thought it was his friend, and he sent his supposedly the owner of the unit, who had a lisp and who thought he was the shit, contacted a girl online who actually ended up contacting him through his friend, who was formerly rejected and told by his friend who was the girl who told his good friend that
What?
he was going to ghost the fucking owner of the unit.
Jesus Christ.
So, and then he was going off on something about in his DMs, and the log said something about him like, please show me your titties. I love furries. I love women with dicks. Do you like collars? And saying all kinds of crazy shit. Really weird guy. Said something like how like he wanted his dick to be vomited on.
What?
Had some
When did
big
that burn?
problems. When I'm talking about big problems, I'm talking about the entire slate of problems you can have with a human being.
Did he go
When
to
did
a
that
mental
burn?
institution?
Maybe, probably.
Hope
He
so.
did have he had some issues. Like he made these weird gasping noises when he was sometimes in our calls. He would be like randomly at a time, like he was exasperating. Like I don't know, like if he
I
was
would
losing
burn.
oxygen to his brain. I would
Nice.
imagine if you were that retarded, you would lose some oxygen to your brain.
Would you say that's like the single most retarded leader you've ever experienced, or have you experienced more retarded leaders?
I've experienced the most retarded, who actually was the second experience where I had with an individual online masturbating in calls.
How about
He
retarded
was,
officer?
yeah, he was like, yeah, he was that.
Hmm.
He was he would fucking whip out his dick in calls, and I'm serious. He had this like affinity, and he was a furry too. He had this affinity
Okay.
for like fucking whatchamacallit, for certain things like that he was into. And so he like would consistently harass his members. And as you know, the furries they've got some really good connections. As much as we don't want to admit it, they have quite a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
money. They have quite a lot of good connections, and
Oh yeah.
they can get their asses anywhere, and they can make money doing this shit. And so this weirdo decides to take advantage of the situation to masturbate with a bunch of kids in call when he's like a 20-year-old who
What?
has like palsy or something like that, and he has Asperger's and fucking autism.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Very
I don't want. I
very
don't
like
need. Don't. Okay. Cool.
to the point where his commander was just not his commander, his XO, his friend would need to run the group for him. And he had like fits. He would go in fits, like he would go fits of rage sometimes, where he would be like, "You're not doing any of this right. This is how you perform first casualty aid." And then he had like this fucking gigantic fit with his friend, who actually didn't mean to say something that he was saying. I was like, "You shouldn't say faggot. It's very hurtful." And then because
Yeah, you
we
shut
all
up.
know we've got the cool friend, and then we've got the fucking like weird ass friend.
What was he like? The guy like the get in line, motherfucker. Like.
Yeah, he was like, "Get in line, say C7RN," like or some shit like that. He had some big fucking issues, like
Interesting.
obnoxious. He was very obnoxious too.
The bubble chat is gone, by the way, Frog. I mean, the regular chat where you can see everything. It's only like you only see if you're right next to them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
So I think that was probably the most worst motherfucker I had. He had like big old issues, big old fucking problems, and I
Christ.
just and those are two people, and then the two last DEVGRUs. I mean, not DEVGRUs, CAGs. The two last CAGs that I was in were probably the most chillest ones. They were with my friends, all my
Cool.
friends, really good friends. I think if I had like picked some good friends that I met along the way, probably just recently as well. Fucking Blank.
Yeah, like me.
Blank's an awesome guy. Blank is fucking awesome. He's been like one of my best friends from this
And by
moment.
the way, can you clarify who's blank?
Blank is my friend, or Blank Operative is my friend that I met through Ziku, through this group,
Me
and
too.
Blank Operative is like fucking, or I knew him through before the time where he relevated events with Milsims with Ziku.
Yeah, blank is my friend too.
So yeah, and he does mill some stuff as well, but he more like is on the side of deving it. And but we more casually play. We just like to casually play. I'm a casual player a lot. I don't like strict mill sims. I really don't. Like if you're strict, you're a no go deal for me. It's
Mm-hmm.
just not a good thing. I like flexibility. I like being able to move around. I don't like being choked up in one corner trying to explain myself to my row commander why I didn't make it a second behind the fucking event.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you doing now?
Well, I'm in this. Like I said, I'm in this group that's going to be reverting to CAG. Was an ODA group. I was to 24 SCS for there. Like I said, I had 2 experiences with USCF in this group. Well, in my Roblox career, it was 1 with the PJs and 2 with CCT. Um, I haven't done TACP. I haven't done the other selective things that you can do. I've done a lot of casualty care, but surprisingly, I don't main medic. I main rifleman or a sniper. Probably 2 of the things because I'm pretty good when it comes to the shooting realm.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. So, is that it, or get anything else? Actually,
Keep going longer.
we got I have call it a quick round or a fast round. I'm gonna ask you these 5 questions, these questions. Answer them as fast as you can, or as best you can. Cool?
Go.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Favorite superhero?
None of them.
You don't have a favorite superhero?
Nope.
Jesus Christ. Favorite color?
Green.
Okay, green. Favorite unit?
Military.
Yes.
Had to be SEALs.
SEALs. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Who's your favorite artist?
Oh man, fuck. Like music.
Yeah, music or actor, anything. Yeah.
Okay. Probably maybe some. Maybe not. I'm not. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys, and I'm not gonna say Frank Sinatra. This is a weird question that you're giving me. I can't really answer this fast. Maybe probably either newer guys. We're talking about DJ Smokey, and older guys. We're probably talking about Leonard or maybe as far as Ramstein. I like Ramstein.
Ramstein?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Cool. Okay. If you had to choose between either being a Green Beret or Air Force PJ, what would you choose?
Well, they both do. Okay, so this is also not a fast question, people. They both do like things with jumping, right? Like
Yeah.
we all both know this. They are very very good infiltrators, both of them.
Yeah.
PJs will go behind enemy, and fucking Green Berets will go behind enemy.
Yeah.
They both have very very tough mission sets, but Green Berets do more fucking miserable shit than PJs do, and this is for a fact because Green Berets will sometimes jump in a location with minimalistic equipment that has to be dropped off to them by logistics and will be walking in a fucking jungle for months
Yeah.
on a deployment, which that's beforehand. That was like that was during Vietnam when they were running with different units and using and MacV-SOG would mostly handle most of that.
Yeah.
Which I had my experience with MacV-SOG. So if I had to choose a job or with things like PJs, they do miserable things, but their miserable things aren't as like integrity wise as Green Berets, but that's because they both have 2 different mission sets.
Yeah.
The PJ is supposed to
They
save
sleep.
somebody's life.
Yeah. So
Probably. I mean, I like doing things. I like learning how to tie knots and being resourceful. So probably Green Berets.
Mm.
Green Berets will teach you all you need to know about survival and being resourceful.
cool. Alrighty. Favorite movie?
Oh yeah, Predator.
Predator?
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
come on, man. Alright,
Top
I
Gun.
love Predator, dude.
cool. Alrighty, favorite song?
Favorite song in the whole wide world?
Yeah.
Bad Boys, made by Inner Circle.
Oh,
Cops.
Jesus. Okay, cool. Nice. Alrighty. What else? Favorite drink?
On a good day or a bad day?
Bad day and then good day.
Water, both.
Both?
Water just, it's just, I don't know. I'm not a maniac or anything, but I just really, really like water. I don't know why.
Alrighty. Favorite food?
Sushi.
Sushi. Get out of here.
Sushi.
Okay.
So good.
What is your daily routine?
My daily routine.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm tired, go back to bed, chilling with the dog. If I'm and especially because I've dedicated most of my time with my dog now. Sometimes on a Friday I'll go jump in the canal because I have a waterfront property. I'll go jump in the water, do some just swim a little bit, just getting a feel for it, and then I'll hop out, and or sometimes because I do online school, you know, because I'm
Yeah.
mostly homebound. I got a lot of time on my
Ew.
hands. I'll grill on probably a Wednesday.
Cool.
But like the routine is like get up, brush your teeth, you know, fucking deodorant, do all the good shit. Make sure you take your shower if you can. If you didn't get to your shower, get to your shower later. Or if you didn't get your shower later because you know sleeping or whatever, get to your shower tomorrow. There you go.
Hmm.
Most of the time you'll land it between there.
Okay. If you had to take one kit and you're going into a
Well, one
jungle
gun as well.
environment, one
One
kit,
gun. Like, oh, what about like around the world or just one jungle environment?
or just a jungle environment, whatever, it could be anywhere. Just a jungle environment. You take a kit and a gun, and it has to be,
Okay.
and the kit is only like, it's like as small as a chest rig. What company would
Okay.
the chest rig be, and
Well,
what gun would you bring?
first of all, an AK.
Okay.
You're taking an AK for that type of materialistic work. Uh, uh,
It's
um,
indestructible.
we're second of all, we're taking a for a rig. You didn't tell me that I couldn't bring a belt with it, so I'm probably gonna bring a canteen, like an Alice canteen,
Hmm.
but probably filled with maybe 16 V40 frag grenades. I'm probably picking up another canteen next to that with another 16 V40 frag grenades, and then putting 2 other canteens of water next to it with a machete. And then for my rig that's small, I'm probably gonna go for either maybe, let's see here. I'll put a pistol pouch on that shit. You know, bring me a good old trusty 1911.
P226.
No, not a PT26. Not for that type of environment. Bring me a good old 1911. Super easy to clean. Super. You can use a
Nice.
bike spring. You could use a bike spring literally to repair a 1911. Then and then for the chest rig, you know, got to be small. We're gonna from what brand?
Yeah, brand.
We're not choosing any operator high speed shit. We're choosing something rugged. We're choosing some canvas shit. Okay.
Hmm.
We're probably gonna go off market here. We're gonna either go for Chicom rig or an LBT rig before their time, before old LBT.
Okay.
We're going for canvas rigs. Anything that's canvas, rugged, white light, and can handle a lot of wetness. We're going for.
Cool. Alrighty. So this is gonna be a very sad, weird question. But if you had to save Osama bin Laden or Heil Hitler or Adolf Hitler, who would you save?
Osama, man.
Osama?
Yeah, of course we would save Osama over Hitler. You know, like, you know, Hitler, like, and this is, you know, he exterminated a lot of people. He caused a world war. Osama only caused a war on terrorism. Like, dude,
Yay.
that's like comparing a fucking scissor to a sledgehammer.
That's cool.
Yeah, true.
Those are not the same things, you know. Like, let Osama live for a little bit. You know, he can blow up a few more towers. I won't fucking care.
Okay, 9/11. He said.
Yeah, he can do a little bit more than that. Like, as long as we don't have like another world war in our hands where everybody's getting fucking bombed, you can't even stay in your goddamn house for long enough. Like,
Yeah.
as long as a tower or two is getting hit, that's not compared to the suffrage of World War II. Thank you very much for that.
Alrighty,
question.
you're welcome. Alrighty, so that concludes it for today.
Can we go back to?
Nice coming up. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
Let's go back to fun.
You're welcome.